All right, so we are still talking about the fruits of the Spirit and the emotional intelligence. So the emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize your own feelings, the ability to manage your feelings, the ability to understand the feelings of others, and to respond wisely in relationships. We're looking at the fruit of the Spirit in connection with emotional intelligence. The next fruit of the Spirit we're considering is the fruit of the Spirit called long-suffering. Some people think that long-suffering simply means to suffer for a long time. That is not the meaning of long-suffering. The word long-suffering simply means patience. And patience is a fruit of the Spirit. Let me quickly say this. It is not possible to be patient without waiting. But it is possible to wait without being patient. Yeah. You can wait without being patient, but you can't be patient without waiting. And patience is emotional endurance. Patience is emotional endurance. And there are three things that patience helps believers to achieve. Three things that patience helps believers to do. The first thing that patience helps believers in is to control anger. To control anger. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 9, there the scripture says, it says, be not hasty in your spirit to be angry, for anger rested in the bosom of fools. And let me say this quickly. Anywhere you see anger, you will see two other things. You will see pride and you will see foolishness. Those three guys are a triplet. Anger, foolishness, and pride. Especially the anger that has no control. He said, anger rested in the bosom of fools. That means anger relaxes in the bosom of fools. So, what patience does is it helps us to control anger. Anger comes. It can be provoked. And every one of us has an atom of anger in us that is capable of growing. All right? So when your own is stirred up, then the fruit of the Spirit will manifest through patience. Human beings are bound to provoke you. Human beings are bound to turn your feelings upside down. So the fruit of the Spirit enables us to control anger. The second thing that patience helps us to do is to endure difficult people. There are some human beings that are difficult. You can't please them. Difficult to please. And if you're married to a difficult husband, then you need patience. Or married to a difficult woman as a husband, you need patience. Otherwise, things will be blown out of proportion. Difficult people. You can't satisfy them. They complain about everything you do. They're never satisfied. Never satisfied. Never satisfied. Never satisfied. So if you're married to such a man or married to such a woman, you need patience. Otherwise, you'll be tempted to go in for a divorce. So sometimes divorce is caused by inability to manage difficult people. That is where patience comes in. Patience, oh God, patience comes. It's a virtue, but it is not easy. We must confess this. Patience is not easy. Patience is not easy. It is never easy. Patience is not easy. The third thing that patience helps believers to do is to avoid quick emotional reactions. Quick emotional reactions. Quick emotional reactions. Patience helps believers to avoid quick emotional reactions. Your feelings are not as dependable as your reasoning. So reasoning is more dependable than feelings. That is why decisions taken under emotional pressures are most of the time very imperfect decisions. Very, very imperfect decisions. All right? So emotionally intelligent people think before they react. And let me say this. Responding is better than reacting. To respond is better than to react. To react is to rain fire for fire. To respond is to say and act in wisdom. If somebody calls you a fool and you want to react, you tell the person you are a bigger fool. If I am a fool, then you are a bigger fool that is reacting. If somebody says you are a fool and you say, no, I am not a fool, you have responded. So, emotional intelligence, oh my God, emotional intelligence enables humans, apart from being a believer, apart from believers, emotional intelligence enables humans to act more civilized. There are some people who have learned all kinds of things, but have refused to learn emotional intelligence. That is why they misbehave even in high functions. The people who are very guilty of reacting instead of responding are politicians who don't have emotional intelligence. You see them most times misbehave and disgrace themselves and the nation in public. They disgrace the office they carry. They disgrace their status. They disgrace the whole nation in public because they lack emotional intelligence. They react rather than respond. If you learn how to respond instead of reacting, you will produce a better lifestyle than the one you had lived. There is another fruit of the Spirit known as kindness. Kindness is empathy and compassion. It's empathy and compassion. And there are three things that kindness shows. Kindness helps us to understand the pains of others. That is what kindness does. The fruit of the Spirit called kindness enables believers, enables us, enables those who are demonstrating the fruit of the Spirit to understand the pains of others. When you understand the pains of others, you will not add to their pain. There is a way you react to matters and you add to the pains of others. The world is already giving pain to people. There are nations who are already giving too many problems to citizens. So let us not add problems to the pains that others are already carrying. Some are carrying emotional pains, pains from marital breakdown, pains from the loss of jobs, pains are coming from all kinds of things, pains from the lost one, from losing loved ones, pains from victims of violence, victims of cruelty. So people are carrying pains around them. So we are not supposed to add pain to the pains of people. All right? So let us understand the pains others are passing through. And with emotional intelligence, we will not add pain to pain. The second thing that kindness helps us to do and to show is compassion in relationships. So kindness helps us to show compassion in relationships. The third thing that kindness helps us to do is to show sensitivity to the feelings of others. Sensitivity to the feelings of others. And then we go to the sixth fruit of the Spirit. The sixth fruit of the Spirit is goodness. What does goodness mean? Goodness simply means moral integrity. That is the meaning of goodness. The fruit of the Spirit called goodness is talking about moral integrity. Moral integrity. And goodness helps believers to choose right actions over emotional impulses. That's one of the things that goodness helps believers to do. The second thing that goodness helps believers to do is to maintain integrity in relationships. Somebody defined integrity to mean doing what you said you will do, when you said you will do it, and how you said you will do it. Oh, wonderful, wonderful definition of integrity. Doing what you said you will do, when you said you will do it, and how you said you will do it. So to be good simply means to be a person of integrity. Sometimes we misunderstand goodness for kindness. All right? To help somebody is kindness. To show compassion is kindness. But goodness is integrity. Integrity. Money is wrongfully transferred into your account and you look for a way to return it. It's integrity. That's integrity. Integrity makes people transparent. It makes them truthful at all times. Where they are the ones losing for telling the truth. They do so because integrity won't allow you cover up an error for your benefit. To cover an error for your benefit is a lack of integrity. And so, goodness helps us to maintain integrity in relationships. And the third thing that goodness helps us to do is it helps us to avoid revenge and bitterness. As human beings, we are prone to revenge. And revenge comes in different dimensions and different sizes. Revenge. All right? So, but when we have the fruit of the Spirit called goodness in us, instead of planning a revenge against somebody who has wronged us, somebody who has humiliated us, somebody who has done us pain, instead of planning to pay back the person in his coin, we look for a way to avoid every form of revenge and every form of bitterness. It is in the fruit of the Spirit that true Christianity is tested. So if we analyze the fruit of the Spirit and see how they function, see how they operate, we will know those who are truly born again Christians. Those who are truly living a Christ-like life. It is in the fruit of the Spirit. Christianity is known for power in the gifts of the Spirit, but it is known in its essence in the demonstration of the fruit of the Spirit.
Follow Apostle Professor Kenneth Ebughe on this channel for more insightful, motivational, and inspiring teachings